Okay, we are back. So, we were trying to figure out a topic, and since these names have been dropped, we wanted to have like a free-form debate regarding the situation, because every time something is added, something in my head is going off as it relates to the authenticity of the claims, just in general.
Right.
Obviously, this will be done through the discovery phase. Right now, we are just going through the claims, and the investigation has officially been launched.
Right.
So, what we can say is going to be very carefully cultivated.
Yes, very, very broad. Because we don't know, we can't say for sure what the impact of these additions are going to be to WWE and the this is just gone beyond what.
And since it's going through the court system, I'm trusting the legal system to deal with this accordingly. Now, this was the only part of the claim over here. This is the only part of the claim that was added that stipulated of the knowledge of the individuals in question.
Right. So originally it was just WWE Corporate Officer 1,
2, 3, and 4, and then they added
and now we have names attached to those individuals, and some of them are in high-ranking positions still within the WWE.
Right. Now, with Miss Grant's allegations, I don't believe if anybody had any knowledge regarding the sexual relationship between Vince McMahon and Miss Grant, I don't believe that they knew the true and honest extent of it.
Yeah, but we don't know that. We don't know how much knowledge they had.
Right. Now, like I said, if they had any sort of knowledge regarding this, and I said if, and I'm saying if with a gigantic IF, it's more so of Vince and Miss Grant have a fucking relationship and it's consensual.
Well, it wasn't. Well, we don't know if it was consensual.
No. To my knowledge, this is me assuming that is the extent of their knowledge of the relationship.
Right.
That they knew that Vince and Grant were fucking and it's consensual. Now, this states that they knew that everything else was happening, like the trafficking and all of that.
We don't know if they know that. We don't know.
We don't know that yet.
All we know at this point in time is that Vince McMahon did mention this situation with the officers involved, like Blum and
Nurse.
and Khan. Like they knew that something was going on, and they were asking, like, for example, like this statement says, whether she could be trusted, and Vince said yes, like she would not do anything to damage the reputation of the WWE. Now, given these accusations, it is very clear to us that it was more than just McMahon and Pritchard and a few other people that knew. Like, this was.
I don't think Pritchard was ever stated. Are you thinking about Laurinaitis?
Laurinaitis, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, Laurinaitis and McMahon are the two main perpetrators of the allegations.
As far as we know, we don't know the extent to which Khan and Bloom and Nurse had on,
and Stephanie.
Yeah, with regards to this entire situation.
Now, if you want to read it, I have linked the official PDF of the court filings in the description of this video.
With the updated names.
Yes. It's still about 67 pages.
Yep.
And if before you cultivate your opinion on if all of this happened or not, I recommend reading the whole thing.
Oh, absolutely.
I read from cover to cover, and I have discrepancies. Something else is going on here. Now, am I saying straight out that Grant is lying? No.
They would not. She would not go through this entire process if she was going to lie. Like
we've seen these on a much less scale where people have accused men falsely of rape, and they weren't even remotely as big as Vince.
Right. Now the one thing that does give this credence is that it has gone as far as it did.
The other ones went just as far, and they found him to not be guilty. Now, Vince. Now, if I had to make an opinion about it, I would say that it's more likely that he did.
Right. Then he did not.
Right. Now, but here's the other part that I'm confused about is the trafficking part.
Yeah. I don't know a lot about that part.
Right. And the extent of it. It's like,
Right.
was it just that one-time blurb? Was it more? Did it happen at all? I don't know.
Right. Because a lot of people have said a lot of things, especially with regards to Vince McMahon and his relationships with any females, whether or not they're working or whatever.
And here's the other thing where my skepticism about the whole situation has gone up, is that there has been so much they're involved, backtrack. They're involved, backtrack. The whole thing with Ashley Massaro's friend, that hurt, I believe, the integrity of the case as a whole. And that's a problem.
Right.
People are trying to jump on the bandwagon and continue to talk about it like they know anything. And it's like, no, we don't. There's a reason why there's an investigation happening. But everybody who's trying to jump in, that Paula Beck knew, that Stephanie McMahon knew, that Nick Khan knew, and they knew every single aspect of it, it hurts the case.
Yes.
And it's going to hurt it because it's like, well, look at all of this backtracking.
Right.
So now that's kind of where I am right now.
Yeah.
That these people have been named of the knowledge of the relationship and like what's been going on.
Yeah. Like these people have been named by name, and a lot of people I think had guesses for a long time that it went beyond Vince McMahon and Bruce
John
Laurinaitis. But
what is with Pritchard?
I don't know. I get them confused a lot. Anyways, that being said, it's clear that it wasn't just those two that knew at least that there was something going on.
At least some sort of sexual relationship.
Yes.
The other part that I believe that they had no knowledge of is the forceful acts.
Yes.
The forceful acts and the trafficking stuff.
Right. So they probably did not know until this came to light.
Yes.
But
and that is what an official WWE spokesperson said, that this part is not involved with Nick Khan or any other party involved. This is a lie.
Right.
But now that's going to be hard for Miss Grant and her lawyer to prove, unless it's written down.
Right.
My thing is that is Vince stupid enough to try to traffic somebody like this through text messaging?
Probably.
It's hard for me to believe that somebody can legitimately, honest to God, be that fucking stupid.
I mean, we've seen Vince McMahon do a lot of boneheaded things.
I mean, the guy didn't know what a fucking burrito was, and he was eating them pretty much on a constant basis for like 5 months. So
yeah. So again,
it's just, I'm like, the guy is clearly a fucking genius. Like, he knew a lot about a lot of different things, and he was a risk taker. But how in the fuck can this happen? And the other issue is, like, the screenshots of the text messaging give me no indication of a phone number other than a name.
Right.
It's like, well, what is what is the phone number? Let's fucking call it. If that goes to Vince McMahon's cell phone, maybe that's it. Why haven't they done that yet?
Well, because that would be
illegal.
Yes.
Right. I'm aware, but I'm just saying that it would
like they would have to get Vince McMahon's phone records in that case, and that's something that only the cell phone provider can give.
Right, and they're probably going to ask that now and see what the extent of it is.
But anyways, that's about all we have for the updates, unless you want to add anything else.
Well, I guess because I gave my opinion on it, what about you?
I don't have much to add. Like, I don't really have anything to add other than what you said. So there we go.
Okay. I mean, well, like I said, we're trying to be as careful as possible regarding what we can say because it's still going through the court systems. I have my opinions on it.
Well, I have my opinions too, but it doesn't matter. It's what the facts show.
Right. Exactly. And guess what? Like some screenshots and an actual legitimate physical thing. This is not evidence to anything. We need to see actual honest to God, like you can't even deny it proof.
Mhm.
Just like the same thing with OJ.
Mhm.
You couldn't prove it because all the police work was shoddy, but
Yeah.
that's beside the point. But we want to hear from you. Please read the document. I know it's 67 pages long and it is a dry read, but I would say that
most things involving the court system is dry.
Yes. So read it. Let us know what you think. When we come back, we're watching a match and it's going to be good.